Morning. This is Thursday, the 13th day of March 2025. Welcome to Good Morning Anambra, the discussion segment. My name is Ajuruchukwu Okabwe.
Yes, welcome to the program. My name is Ife Onachukwu. You see, today we're going to talk about something that is pertinent for the development of a state or a nation, something that brings good governance, something that tells you what you should do. And if you do it, and government works with it very well, then there should be good governance in place. Well, we're talking tax today, specifically talking about tax in markets. Yes, have you paid your tax? Do you pay your tax? That's the question we keep asking. As a civil servant, Ajolo, do you pay your tax?
Obviously, it's been taken away before I even get my salary, so I do pay my tax.
Okay, so the question to traders and other people in the private sector is, do you pay your tax? That's why we decided today to take a look at the topic, tax compliance, ensuring market development in Anambra State. You see, most times, people pay their tax or they pay their levies and then think they've paid their taxes. And sometimes when you go to markets, you don't actually like what you see there, because when it rains, every place is messed up. No toilet facilities, no good access roads, no water facilities, and all these. Now, our questions today are going to, walk around your responsibilities as a trader, and then the responsibilities of government, to make sure that your markets are comfortable. And that's why today we have here as guests. First, we have the Executive Director of Social and Integral Development Center, CDEC. She's also the host of Tax, Justice and Governance Platform. Ugochi Ihianurike, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Ify. Thank you, Ajuruchukwu. Thank you, our listeners out there in Anambra. Kainore, let's talk about tax. Let's discuss tax.
Onye nọketere n'akụkụ bụ Chidozie Christopher Ezigwe. He is the chairman, Anambra State Market Amalgamated Traders Association, Asmata, Agwata Zone. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning, my fellow Anambrarians, and welcome to the program.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Development, they say, can't take place when we don't pay our tax. And as Nigerians, though we do call ourselves religious nations, and the ease at which we pay tax, you understand? If we apply that same ease in paying our taxes, I'm sure the development that we need will definitely be visible for all to see. Now, let me begin with Ugochi. Trying to be a gentleman here, let me do ladies first. Now, Ugochi, why do Nigerians in the Anambra feel they need to be compelled in order to pay tax?
Well,
Is it that they don't know what tax is, or there is no proper sensitization on the value of tax paying?
all right, thank you so very much, Ajuruchukwu. The Anambra Nigerian citizens, why they struggle with payment of tax. At some point it revolves around trust. It all revolves around capacity building, understanding, sensitization, and awareness, and what do we prioritize. Over the years, we've been dependent on oil money, oil allocations, and things around that. Till the time we started experiencing that drop with respect to revenue allocation we get from oil. And that's why people are now beginning to understand that we need to diversify. If we should diversify, we need to pay tax. However, because our people we've relaxed for a very long time, depending on oil money, so people now find it difficult with payment of tax. That's one leg. Then another one is trust issue. Yes, sometimes over the years, people also pay tax, right? But as a result of people, illegal tax collectors, tax mobs, and contractors in major places, major markets, collecting these tax levies, rates, and fine, right? So people now, what gets to government coffers at the end of the day is little or nothing to compare to what enters individual accounts. The contractors that are being contracted with some of those pockets of fine levies and rates. So what gets government coffers end up becoming little and so minute to implement or carry out a project. That's one. Then trust issue now. The traders paying this money that doesn't end up or get government coffers on their own expect to see services. And when they don't see these services, service delivery, when you talk about service delivery, you're talking about intermarket access road. You're talking about barricades, to block access and movement of vehicles, invading accidents, occurrence in major markets along the road. You talk about VIP toilets, you talk about CCTV camera, you talk about portable water, you talk about fire trucks to address fire-related issues, fire extinguishers. These are the things they see to be services that they need. So when they pay these tax, levies and rates, and they don't see this in return, in as much as tax is a civic responsibility, tax is a compulsory levy. That you pay tax doesn't also mean that government should in return provide your direct needs. No. The tax we generate in Ihiala can be used to implement projects in Ozobo or Ekusigo, wherever. But what I'm saying that why people struggle with it because of trust issue. At some point, people lack trust in governance, in some of our administrators. So that's why people, so it's now, this is now the time when you look at our IGR, when you look at the progress that we've been recording so far, you now see that people are beginning to step up in terms of responding.
About, the improvement in tax collection, tax administration in Anambra State. But let's get to Oga Asmata. Kaiju Kennedy. Tax, especially in the private sector, to tax.
To the best of my knowledge, majority of the traders do pay tax. But earlier now, they don't see the good of the tax payment. But at the start of now, the payment of tax are being used in the markets. That's where I'm coming from. The tax money are being used to build roads, to give the market facilities what they want.
Are you saying that they are paying tax now? Because we'll talk about taxes and levies. Why do traders not pay their taxes?
It now means the good sensitization to traders on the need to pay tax.
Okay, there's no adequate sensitization.
Yes.
For them to pay tax. Now,
the question I'm asking, Ugochi was talking about trust and in government and everything. When we pay tithes, are we paying it in anticipation of what God is going to do? So why do we need government's trust to pay tax? If I must say this, because this is one civic obligation. As long as you're making money in an environment, government has either to provided you some platform for you to make that money. So in return, I think we should have it at the back of our mind, rather than people closing people's shop. You understand? Mm-hmm. Stealing businesses. What can your organization, or probably you as the host of the platform, to sensitize people on the need to pay tax? Because a business shuts down for a couple of days, do you know how much money you've lost? And there are some businesses whereby if I come to your place and I see your shop clock, sincerely speaking, I won't come the next time because I won't even know if I will meet you next day. So we need to generate that ability to sensitize people so that government doesn't need to spend money trying to chase money. Yeah,
actually, you're right. You're just right. You're perfect. Right? You're on track. Yes, if you recall the question, if you asked Mr. Chidozie and his response, he said there is need for urgent sensitization, and that is what we are doing today. Tax Justice and Governance Platform hosted by CDEC. Today, we are training leaders of various markets that we mapped out in Anambra State. Yes, because based on what if he asked, why is that some people don't pay tax? We are talking about tax. We know that they pay their levies very well. They pay their rates very well because they understand that one. And they see dividends from that payment. But we're talking about tax right now. So based on that, we are training today and tomorrow, 13th and 14th, our platform in Anambra State, we are training traders, market leaders, PRS, that's the planning, research, and statistics of different MDAs. We are training them from today on charters of demand, on budget process, Anambra State budget process. We are training them on tax policies and reforms. We are also taking them on tax and revenue mobilization in the state. And we are working with ministries relevant to this. We are working with Ministry of Finance. We are working with Ministry of Economic Budget and Planning on this. We are working with AIROS on this. In fact, Dr. Greg Ezilo is passionate about this program. The same way to Madam Commissioner Chiamaka Nake, Mr. Commissioner Izuchukwu, the Commissioner for Finance, the PAMSEC, their PAMSEC, they are all part and parcel of the planning, Director of Assessment. Okay. So we'll be giving them a whole lot today that at a point sensitization will no longer be an issue. Okay,
when you train people, the problem is, are they going to cascade those trainings to others? That's what you should be asking yourself. So I think there should be monitoring and evaluation of what you're doing.
No. If beyond that, we have mass mobilization sensitization that is coming up from next 2 weeks. So from this training, we are going to develop a next step. We are going to do a rally. We will move from our hall to nearby markets. For instance, in Inewi North, we'll go to electrical parts, we'll go to Mbuka, we'll enter building materials, we enter F-line, we enter motor parts, machine parts, electrical parts. We are doing movement organizing.
Thank you very much. Now let's talk to Oga Asmata. How has government been able to ensure that there is transparency in tax collection and then proper use of the monies they collected from tax to develop markets in Anambra?
And to the best of my knowledge, the government are trying in terms of telling people they need to pay tax. And some of the traders are complying in the payment of tax. When they see that the money they pay is being used to develop or to do something in the market, they will have the urge to pay more. Because if they don't see the tax money being used, it will make others to backslide. But when they see that the money is being used, when 10 persons pay this time, if they see that money is being used, you will still get more people paying the tax for the...
but has there been any development, anything from government, from that your area? That's Anambra South?
In Aguata, precisely, when you come down to Ekulobia, you will see the massive development in Ekulobia. The flyover, the stadium, the new solution market under construction now, and routes with hospitals. Because Ekulobia as a town in Aguata is taking a new shape as of now due to the people are complying in the paying of tax.
Okay, now thank you very much. Now Ugochi, he talked about the Anambra South Senatorial District. Now talk about other zones. You've gone round, you've collected your data, you've done your researches and all these. Has there been any form of development in markets recently based on the fact that there's an increase in IGR generation in Anambra State?
Yes, honestly, because for instance, last year, December, we wrote to the governor through this part of market, industry and commerce, right? So when we wrote, we were specific about roads. In fact, we produced the document about roads that we want Anambra State government to use to, in fact, to intervene, to celebrate Christmas for the traders. In fact, those things we are swiftly responded. In fact, when the commissioner for budget and economic planning, she reached out, she was like, Ugochi, can't you and your team have enough? In fact, we are doing a whole lot in terms of road in Anambra. And people are still coming up with those. I said, Madam Commissioner, this is not just about Anambra people. We are talking about traders, intermarket roads. So when you look at Anambra North, for instance, main market, you see that Bida Road. That Bida Road has been an issue that has been reoccurring since the time we started that campaign in Anambra State. But that road now is under construction. Then you talk about Sokoto Road. That Sokoto Road keep resonating. So this time around, Mr. Governor has flagged that road for this main market. In fact, they also made provisions of primary health care center. So that's the first time in the market. So to enable...
That should be the first
market.
PXC
yes,
in a market.
In a market. So in Onitsha main market right now, we have a functional primary health care center, and also we have VIP toilets and the CCTV camera. They also have their fire trucks. You know, as at last year, they were clamoring for fire truck because of lots of fire outbreaks, you know. So they were clamoring for fire truck, but this time they have their fire truck. So it's commendable. This is the main market. So when you move down to Obaru, main market, the market we know to be relief market. So government, government also has done a lot with respect to Okpoko Road in the past was in shambles. A lot of our illegal activities were going on in that road. But right now, that road is completed. It's a completed project. They have their general hospital beside the market that people can also access. Then, with the help of the market leadership, that's their president general in the market, they've been able to provide fire extinguisher for the market. They were able to drill borehole. They have portable borehole, and with 5 different strategic places that you can get water in the market. You don't need to go outside and buy water. The water now is in the market. Then CCTV camera. Because of theft in the past, the new administration came up with a CCTV camera mounting the strategic lines that you cannot take somebody's thing, pin right now in that market. It's not done. And they have security. You know how volatile our environment can be, but they have adequate security in the market. In fact, the day I went around, it was as if a governor came to the market because they were able to provide, you know, that market is something else. This is a market that people from the rivers, people from Bayelsa, people from Edo, people from south to west, east, around here, we always come there to purchase. So it's a very big market. It's a very big market, and also active market when it comes to number of people and the kind of businesses they do. So they've been able to provide. Then you come to Newi now, Anambra South, to add to what he said. Newi, I know we engaged the SPAD and governor on the roads that connect building material, motor spare parts, F-line, or welfare, or what we know in Newi. And right now, governor has also mapped out, flagged off that road for construction. That immediately after the construction of Bank Road in Nnewi, they are starting that project. So this is as a result of our sensitization, because we've been able to sensitize them on the need to develop what we call market charters of demand. And why we are doing this training today, we are bringing the Ministry of Economic Budget and Planning, is to make sure that when the traders are developing their charters of demand, we handhold them to the appropriate ministry to submit their charters of demand. Yes, Ministries of Economic Budget and Planning coordinate other ministries' work when it comes to budgeting. We are also linking them to Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, to make sure that their needs with respect to health is handed over, submitted to Ministry of Health before budget preparation. That's why we are taking them on this budget process in Anambra. They need to understand budget process. They need to understand how and where to engage when it comes to revenue and also service delivery.
Thank you so much, Ugochide. Sincerely speaking, the way you've enumerated all of these things, I'm beginning to feel like a trader here. But let me get down to Chidozie Christopher. Now, in recent times, we've had series of market tussles between the leadership of markets in Anambra State. Sometimes people begin to wonder, is the market leadership as fierce as being the governor of a state? And that's what we want to say now, because there are so many complaints about illegal levies being given to traders, and at the end of it all, it is you and I that go to buy that these levies and fall on our heads. So we've had cases of multiple taxation, undue taxes in the market. I still know on carbon chairman and stuff like that. Please, can you explain to Ndi Anambra, not just talking about the market where you are the chairman, but other markets, how do the leadership of markets assume and this multi-taxation? Because it does happen in Ekoka. I've witnessed it a couple of times.
Thank you very much, Jolochukwu. I can't say in the other markets.
Yeah, but that's what I say. Yeah, start with your area.
Towards my own area, any levies that are being paid is what government said that we should pay. If there is any other, like we said, the chairman's money, I don't think it happens in my area. It doesn't happen in my area.
Do you know why I asked that question? Some leadership positions in Anambra State have been politicized. And you see people struggling for leadership, during elections, they spend a lot of money, money politics, they do money politics to make sure that people voted for them and all this. So you keep wondering, what are the gains of this? And somebody will tell you, because there is a lot of money. You generate money from levies, from taxes that don't go into government pockets.
Any person that is vying for any elective post in the market, the person has his or her own motives. Like if I want to vie for anything, what I'm vying is for my credentials to be going further.
And not to be reaching your post.
Not reaching my post.
Okay.
But it depends on the person.
Yeah.
So
but you've had instances where in other markets, not talking about the one you manage anyway, you're heading, where there are multiple levies being put on petty traders. That's even the most annoying of it all. Petty traders. You see somebody selling a way that is not up to 10,000 naira, and they are billing that person 1,700 naira for levy on a daily basis, and you begin to wonder, how does this person survive?
There's one thing that our governor said: if any trader in a market doesn't have up to 100,000 naira, that person don't have to pay any
levy or tax.
Any levy.
Is that levy or tax?
Levy.
Okay,
Not
levy,
tax.
okay.
Because some of the market leaders, they know where they get their money.
I've gone to the market to buy fresh vegetables very early in the morning, and I saw somebody standing to issue the woman ticket. What the woman was selling was just pepper tomato. On a basket. Just few.
Even those that
sell what I'm saying, government should monitor those people and get them arrested for them to produce that person that sent
the money.
Are you telling us that in Agwata you've not seen such people?
If I see it, I will say it out.
Okay, because I feel that you are supposed to work in pari passu with the government.
Yeah.
Yes. So government might not see that fake agent, but you and your people may see them and then get them reported to government.
If I as a person, if I see any of them, I have the contacts to just record that person with my camera, with my phone, forward it to the appropriate authority for them to take actions.
Okay, thank you. Because we interviewed people in Onitsha. They said that those people don't come anymore. Those traders, small traders, they say they don't come anymore. There was a time they came like 2 years ago. They paid through their noses, to get, to be able to sell where they were. And then during some programs we had on radio, we had calls from Nibo, from Oka, people saying that, like there was one in Oka, they said government told them to pay 30,000 naira for the year, but some people are taking 40,000 naira from them for the year. So if it's not happening in your place, it's still happening in our places. So that's
like I said, what I'll give account of is in my area.
Your jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ogochi, have you heard about these insinuations and accusations before?
Of course.
What did you do? What have you done to help government checkmate this?
Of course, we've heard that. I think one of the program we had last time, the day I was here with the chairman AIRS, I think that call also came from Ikoka, and for us, and the chairman also responded to that person, and also were able to give them hotlines to call. And I think I still have the hotlines. We can also give out the hotlines for traders listening to us this morning so that they can engage. Now, Anambra State Tax AIRS is no longer smiling on business as usual. I think when we talk about enforcement, they are right now working so hard to put their gadgets in order for enforcement, to prosecute somebody that is doing this illegal act, because it's also affecting their own. When we were here on stage with the chairman AIRS, he said that their major challenge are those people that call themselves Ndebe Soludo, collecting tax that nobody sends them. And these are the people that makes it look as if they are practicing multiple taxation. Because when those people will come and collect, they will come and collect. Others will come and collect. People will say they're paying illegally. Whereas what is entering government coffers is not even as big as what ends up in individual persons' pockets.
So don't you think that sensitization could actually help in checking this trend?
That's why we are doing sensitization. This is our sensitization. Anambra State will feel it. The sensitization we're applying in 2 weeks' time. The way we are applying it, we're not going to dwell much in the hall. We're going to move to markets. No more cash payments. That's what Mr. Governor said. That's what the chairman AIRO said. Do not pay cash to any individual. If you must pay your tax, your levies, your rates, the designated accounts are there. The bank details are there. The commercial bank to pay that works with government, they are all there. So pay directly to government. Do not give somebody to pay for you. And that is why I also feel that most women that are doing businesses have procured some things from a woman that is doing business worth 500,000 or more. This woman don't have bank account. I was like, I wanted to do transfer. I bought something more than 100K. Yeah, mo. The woman said, no, they don't collect transfer.
100,000.
I'm telling you, they don't collect transfer. What they take is a transfer. I was like, this is another issue. What they take is cash. Do you know that I had to drive with that woman to a very far place where we saw POS person? I got them and I asked her, okay, who is going to pay for charges for this POS? Because I did, if you have a functional bank details, I'll just transfer to your account. So these are the issues. Those people in those traders, open accounts, have access to account, get yourself, tell people to educate you on how to do transfer. Transfer directly to government coffers, get your receipt printed, have it. If somebody should drag you, tell that person I've paid my tax.
Okay, if somebody should drag you, tell the person you have done what?
Pay your
And do that or the water? Tell the person you. All right, we're still on the Morning Anambra discussing tax and market development. We want to take a little break now. When we return, we'll continue with what we have as we bring to you the opinions of those in the street. They call them street words, parliamentarians. We'll be right back.
Structure with the tax we are being paid to enable the marketers have a good place to sell their goods, and the government should try as much as possible to address all these hoodlums and what have you that disturb market people from doing their market effectively, so that those paying the tax will be eager to pay the tax very well.
The government of Anambra is really trying. I appreciate them. Then on the aspect of how to utilize the tax to tidy up a marketing environment, I think by employing more workers, because if you go to some markets places, you see some refuse dump and all that. And then to help clean up the environment so that it will be very much conducive for the marketers and the people that came to buy goods.
With respect to what needs to be done, as in terms of utilizing tax funds, like if you look at the markets, as you earlier on said, we can create annex markets. Like if you look at a Ekoka is congested. If, for instance, they divide a Ekoka and say, okay, let maybe people that are selling meat and maybe some particular foodstuffs to be there, then maybe people that are selling clothes and other, maybe like shoes or the rest, can go to an annex market and then maybe make that one bigger to even accommodate more Anambra residents or any business person. So by so doing, I think the markets are going to even receive a boost. Both the state will generate more revenue and it will also bring many people out of poverty that are resident in Anambra and are interested in business.
It will also be good for restructuring of the marketing places, because if you go to some places, some markets, you find out that there is no parking space, and the structure of the building inside the market sometimes makes it difficult for people to move, to navigate the area and know the particular place. And then Apart from that, to make it sector by sector, like let's say this is foodstuff area, building area and all that, so that anyone that is coming to the market, you know the particular area you are going to and all that.
There is really solution in Anambra State, and I believe when everyone complies to the tax, my sincere advice here is the government should look up to the small-scale business people, those that don't have finance for themselves to start up a business. Let them create small shops, so that at the end of the day, when you create it, it's not after creating it you give an elaborate amount, you understand, for the shop, that these people can no longer afford it. But when the government makes sure it's for the small scale, at the end of the day, he will see to eat by himself, because the so-called government workers, some of them, they are very funny. Let me not use for some words here that is not acceptable. They are very funny people. The government should look into it himself to make sure that this thing gets to the people that is being created for.
Well, we've seen and heard from our street parliamentarians. They all are having their own contributions, because we all go to the market and we all see the benefit, you understand, of taxes being paid. You can see Anambra State is now more like a beehive of construction activities, and that's the prudent expenditure of the governor in making good use of those taxpayers' money. But most times, the sites of our markets are very, very deplorable. You hardly go to market. Once it rains, the desire to go to market just evaporates from you. And these are the areas where we want to now bring about the development that we need. Concrete roads, accessible roads with vehicles, enough car park without extortion and exploitation, and so many other features that markets.
You're getting rosy.
You understand?
Are you romanticizing? We really have have a very beautiful market where you want to, not just walking into a supermarket, you want to go to the market.
So these are the kind of things that we actually need, not the kind of market where you go to, you want to buy a
you wearing boots.
No, you want to buy a wear, and then you're standing in front of somebody's shop and somebody is saying, and you begin to wonder, I beg, come up.
That's it.
Where do I stand? So these are the areas. Exactly. So these are the areas where we want government and then private individuals, you understand, to come to our aid. But now this question is going to be addressed to Chidozie. In the structure, or now that you're the chairman of the Anambra State Amalgamated Market Traders Association, Agwata Zone, what impact, based on the structures existing in the market, what impact do you bring on board in order to make the market what it actually is? Not just a market for where people come to buy and sell, but a place where people can actually have convenience and then do easy business and transaction.
Normally, when markets were constructed in my areas, the majority of the contractors messed up the structures. Because when you are constructing a market, you have to have a spacious area for movement of vehicles in case of fire incidents or any other thing. Because you have to have an access for traders to go freely in the market, to interact with the person they want to buy the things. But the whole things were messed up. No space between this shop and this shop. Like if you have one line, it will be up to 6 feet from the other line. But it's supposed to have up to 12 feet for vehicular movement. So the contractors that were awarded the contract before messed everything up. But
does it mean that you were not monitoring, or you were not there?
It wasn't in my
your administration.
Yeah, it has been done before we came into office, more than 15 years or 20 years ago. So,
But what kind of market, what's your dream for the market in Aguata? What kind of picture do you have you painted in your mind that you want to achieve?
I pray, and as we have a good listening governor who knows the plight of traders and the individuals, I hope and I wish, coming to the newly solution market under construction in Kulobe, it has a very good space for traders to walk past. Because I know in times to come, all the markets in my zone will be reconstructed and remodernized to have a good access to whatever you want in the market. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, Ugochi, I think we're rounding off, but I'd like you to, first of all, in a sentence, tell us your impression about IGR in Anambra State. Is it increasing or decreasing? Before we now ask you the last question.
All right, thank you so very much, Ife, for that question. I think it's from the time we started this campaign and what we've done in partnership with Anambra State Board of Internal Generated Revenue ARS, the IGR is increasing, and the speed at which the IGR is increasing is on a good note, and it's commendable. And we're also calling on the chairman AIRS, Dr. Greg Ezilo, to improve on what he's already doing with his team and management. Then for us, the CSO, members of Tax Justice and Governance, we need to improve on what we're doing. Because when we started this campaign, the IGR was revolving around 3.2 billion, 3 to 3.2 billion per month. But it will shock you right now that Anambra State is achieving 4.7 billion and more. Moving forward, as of January, it was 4.7 billion. And moving forward, we hope to see something greater and improve, right? Looking at Enugu State is already making 8.7 billion. And in Anambra State, we have 158 structured market. Our market is supposed to be our oil company. Rivers State, they are making it because of oil company. Lagos State, they are making it because of the number of businesses and opportunities there. Kaduna State, they are also making it because of, so Anambra State should be ranking at least 6th or 7th. Looking at other opportunities and also the kind of opportunity we have the biggest market in Anambra State. We also have semi-biggest and structured market in Anambra. Our market should be our oil company.
Okay, so how do you think we can achieve this briefly? How can we achieve this? What more should we do? You've done a lot, government has done a lot, but what's it called? My good wasn't
good enough.
What wasn't good enough? So, what do you think? What are the strategies that we should use to achieve this target that the state government has in taxation?
To cut you short, women are good managers. Women should be brought to the table. All these markets visited, we've not seen women leadership of any markets.
Wow.
Can I talk on this? Women being in leadership of markets.
And the President General of Ashmata, Chief Humphrey Angona, Onwa Ajere Joreri, he emphasized more. In any market now, women should be involved.
Wow, that's good.
He said it to my hearing and in our meeting. Because as of now, next tomorrow being 15th March, we are doing Asmata Women Championship to be held at. No, we'll be doing. They did in Cho. Okay. Then on Saturday.
Why in Cho?
Why not
football?
Why not Scrabble?
Why not Scrabble?
For the beginning, this is the first time it has even happened.
Look for bigger sports.
With Incho. Then next tomorrow, being Saturday, all the markets in Anambra State will do the match past.
Wow.
So
you invited ABS. They didn't invite just a little money. Invite us to come and
I'm going to Onitsha. I will inform my.
You could tell them ABS needs to cover it.
We need to be there too.
Then that's why he said women should be involved in market leadership. Even if they have a 10-man caretaker committee, women should be 2 there to give an impact that women are being carried along.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. So we've talked about women leadership. What else? Just in 2 sentences.
So another thing is that yes, Mr. Governor is trying when it comes to 1 youth 2 skills, right? The essence of 1 youth 2 skills is to ensure that our youths are doing something meaningfully. So they I don't know how to call them. I don't want to call them aborus, I don't want to call them tax mobs or touts. I don't want to use those words. I want to use something that is friendly. With those people that are calling themselves Ndebe Sugudo, that are not really working for government, that are major challenges with respect to our IGR, we want those people off the road. We want them off the market. We want them, please. As a matter of, this is our government. They are healthy today. They are able today. Tomorrow they may be disabled. So what happens when you are disabled and you are no longer able to use that akodo and forcefully collect these tax, levies and rates from people?
So you want it to be done voluntarily?
Let people.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gucci, and we wish you luck in all you do. I remember that we have been taking a look at tax compliance, ensuring market development in Anambra State, and we've been talking with the Executive Director of Social and Interior Development Center, CDEC, and who is also the host of Tax Justice and Governance Platform in Anambra State. Uguchi Awike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ife. Thank you, Ajulu. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you, Daisy, for coming.
You're welcome. And also Chidoze Christopher Ezigwe, Chairman, Anambra State Market Amalgamated Traders Association, Agwata Zone. Thank you so much for being here.
Anambra Ototo Omano.
Yes, my name is Ife Nachuku. Thanking you for joining us and then reminding you that Catch the Buzz is next. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Ajulu Chukwu Okabwe.